You give and give and give. You show up with kindness, with patience, with grace. And yet there are people in your life who still don't treat you the way you deserve. So let me ask you something important today. What if the problem isn't that you're too soft? What if the problem is that you've been confusing softness with self-abandonment? Here's what I believe. I believe that soft women are some of the most powerful women on this earth. Not loud power, not aggressive power, but the kind of power that heals, the kind that nurtures, the kind that builds families, communities, and legacies. Softness is not weakness. Let me say that again because I need you to really hear it. Softness is not weakness. It's actually a gift, a rare and beautiful gift. But here's what happens to many soft women. Because they lead with kindness, because they care so deeply about others, because they want peace and harmony in their relationships, they start to lose something precious. They start to lose themselves. They give so much that there's nothing left. They bend so far that they break. And over time, the very people they love the most begin to take them for granted. Not always because those people are bad, but because when you don't respect yourself, you silently teach others that it's okay not to respect you either. And this is why this conversation matters so much. Because you are not here to be used up. You are not here to be overlooked. You are not here to spend your entire life pouring into cups that have holes in the bottom. You are here to live fully, to love deeply, to be honored for who you are. And that can only happen when your softness is paired with something else. Something I call quiet power. The power to hold boundaries. The power to say no. The power to protect your peace without losing your warmth. This is what separates a woman who is taken for granted from a woman who is truly respected. And that's what we're going to talk about today. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 things that soft women must stop doing if they want real respect. These are not about becoming hard. They're not about becoming cold or unkind. They're about becoming whole. They're about reclaiming the parts of yourself that you may have given away over the years. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's been blocking the respect you deserve. And more importantly, you'll have practical, gentle steps you can start taking today, not to change who you are, but to honor who you are. So let's begin. Thing number 1, stop apologizing for having needs. Let's start with something that so many soft women struggle with. Apologizing for having needs. Have you ever said something like this? I'm sorry to bother you. I hate to ask, but I know this is a lot, but I just need. If those phrases sound familiar, I want you to pay close attention. Because here's what's really happening when you apologize for having needs. You are telling the world and yourself that your needs are a burden, that your needs are an inconvenience, that your needs are somehow less important than everyone else's. But let me ask you something. When your child needs something, is that a burden? When your best friend needs your help, do you see her as an inconvenience? Of course not. So why do you treat your own needs as if there's something to be ashamed of? Here's why this matters so deeply. When you constantly apologize for having needs, you attract people who are happy to let you apologize. You attract people who will confirm what you seem to believe, that your needs don't matter. And over time, you end up in relationships, friendships, even work situations where you are always the giver and never the receiver. This creates exhaustion, resentment, loneliness, and eventually it creates a life where you feel invisible. Let me give you an example. Imagine a woman named Grace. Grace is 43 years old. She's a mother, a wife, a professional. She's the one everyone calls when they need something. Need a ride? Call Grace. Need someone to cover your shift? Call Grace. Need emotional support at 2 in the morning? Call Grace. And Grace always says yes, always shows up, always gives. But when Grace needs something, she hesitates to ask. She starts every request with an apology. I'm sorry, I know you're busy, but could you maybe pick up the kids today? I hate to ask, but I really need a night to myself. What happens? People start to see her needs as optional, because that's how she presents them. So here's what I want you to do instead. First, I want you to practice stating your needs without apology. Not in a demanding way, not in an aggressive way, but in a clear, calm, dignified way. Instead of saying, I'm sorry to bother you, try saying, I'd like to ask you something. Instead of saying, I hate to ask, but I need help, try saying, I could really use your help with this. Feel the difference. One sounds like you're begging. The other sounds like a woman who knows her worth. Second, I want you to remind yourself of this truth every single day. Having needs doesn't make you needy. It makes you human. Every single person on this planet has needs. The difference is that high-value women don't hide theirs. They express them with grace, and they surround themselves with people who are honored to meet them. So, starting today, no more apologizing for being a human being with human needs. Your needs are valid. Your needs are important. Your needs deserve to be spoken out loud without shame. Thing number 2, stop over explaining yourself. The second thing soft women must stop doing is over-explaining. Let me paint a picture. Someone asks you why you can't attend an event. A simple, I can't make it, would be enough. But instead, you say something like this. Oh, I'm so sorry, I really wish I could come, but you see, my daughter has this thing at school, and my husband is working late that night, and I've also been feeling really tired lately, and I know I said I would try, but with everything going on, it's just really hard, and I feel so bad because I know how much this means to you. Sound familiar? Here's what over-explaining really is. It's a defense mechanism. It's an attempt to justify your decision so thoroughly that no one can possibly be upset with you. But here's the problem. When you over-explain, you give people the impression that your no is negotiable. You give them openings to push back. You give them the sense that you don't fully trust your own decision. And most importantly, you exhaust yourself. You spend so much energy defending your choices that you have nothing left for actually living your life. Let me tell you why this matters for your respect and your aura. A woman with quiet power doesn't need to give a 20-minute explanation for her decisions. She simply decides. She communicates with clarity. And she trusts that the people who love her will understand, even without the long story. Think about the women you admire most. The ones with that magnetic presence. Do they ramble and justify and explain? Or do they speak simply, clearly, and move on? Here's the truth. Your no is a complete sentence. Your I can't is a complete sentence. Your this doesn't work for me is a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone a dissertation on why you made the choices you made. Now, I'm not saying you should be cold or dismissive. Warmth and brevity can exist together. You can say, I appreciate the invitation, but I won't be able to make it. I hope you have a wonderful time. That's kind. That's gracious. And that's complete. So here's what I want you to practice. The next time you need to decline something, set a boundary or make a decision that someone might question. Take a breath. Say what you need to say in the fewest words necessary. And then, this is the hard part, stop talking. Don't fill the silence with explanations. Don't backtrack. Just let your words stand. It will feel uncomfortable at first. But over time, you'll notice something beautiful. People will start respecting your words more. Because you're showing them that you respect your own words. And that is the energy of a high-value woman. Thing number 3, stop accepting treatment that doesn't match your worth. Now let's talk about something that can be painful to admit. Sometimes, soft women accept treatment that is far below what they deserve, not because they don't know their worth, but because they hope things will change. They hope that if they love hard enough, give enough, wait long enough, the other person will finally see them. Finally appreciate them. Finally treat them the way they've always deserved to be treated. But here's what I've learned about life and about love. Hope is beautiful, but hope without boundaries is dangerous. Because while you're hoping and waiting and giving, you're also losing time, losing energy, losing pieces of yourself that you may never get back. Let me share a scenario with you. Imagine a woman named Diane. Diane is 51. She's been married for 25 years. Her husband isn't cruel. He doesn't yell. He doesn't hit. But he doesn't see her either. He comes home and barely asks about her day. He makes decisions without consulting her. He dismisses her feelings when she tries to express them. And Diane has been telling herself for years, at least he provides. At least he's faithful. At least it's not that bad. But here's the question I would ask Diane. Is not that bad really what you dreamed of? Is at least the love story you wanted for your life? Because you deserve more than at least. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be with someone who doesn't just tolerate you, but treasures you. Now, I'm not telling you to leave your marriage or end your relationships. That's not my place. But I am telling you to stop accepting treatment that makes you feel invisible. To stop settling for emotional crumbs when you deserve the whole meal. To stop convincing yourself that you're asking for too much when you're really just asking for basic human respect. So what can you do? First, get honest with yourself. Ask yourself, how does this person make me feel about myself? Not in the good moments. Anyone can be kind in the good moments. But in the hard moments, in the everyday moments, do you feel valued, respected, seen? Or do you feel small, unimportant, invisible? Second, communicate your needs clearly, not with anger, not with accusations, but with calm, clear honesty. I need to feel like my opinion matters in this relationship. I need to feel appreciated for what I do. I need more connection with you. And third, this is important, pay attention to their response, not just their words. Their actions, because someone who truly loves and respects you will want to meet your needs. They may not be perfect. They may stumble. But they will try. And if they don't try, if they dismiss you, minimize you, or make you feel guilty for having needs, then you have important information about what this relationship really is. And you get to decide what you do with that information. Because at the end of the day, you teach people how to treat you. And a high-value woman teaches people that she will not accept less than she deserves. Thing number 4, stop being available all the time. The fourth thing soft women must stop doing is being constantly available. Available at all hours. For all people. For all requests. Available even when they're exhausted. Available even when they're falling apart. Available even when every fiber of their being is screaming for rest. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you were truly unreachable? Not just physically away, but mentally, emotionally unavailable to the world's demands. For many soft women, the answer is they can't remember, because they've built their entire identity around being there for others. And while that's beautiful in many ways, it's also dangerous. Here's why. When you're always available, you never have time for yourself. You never have time to rest, to think, to dream, to heal. You become a woman who runs on empty. And a woman who runs on empty eventually has nothing left to give. But there's another reason this matters. When you're always available, people stop valuing your time. Not because they're bad people, but because you've shown them that your time is infinite, that there's always more, that you can always fit in one more thing. And so they stop being careful with it. They stop respecting it. They start to take it for granted. Let me give you an example. There's a woman I'll call Maria. Maria is 47. She works full-time. She has 2 teenagers. She cares for her aging mother on the weekends. And everyone in her life knows that Maria is the one who handles everything. Her phone is never off. Her answer is always yes. Her boundaries are invisible. And what has this cost her? Her health is suffering. She can't sleep. She's gained weight. She has headaches every day. Her relationships are shallow because she has no time for deep connection. And the worst part, she doesn't even know who she is anymore outside of what she does for others. Maria isn't living, she's surviving. And slowly she's disappearing. I don't want that for you. So here's what I want you to consider. You are allowed to be unavailable sometimes. You are allowed to turn off your phone. You are allowed to say, I can't help with that right now. You are allowed to put yourself in your own schedule, not as an afterthought, but as a priority. Here's something practical you can start doing today. Block out time in your week that is just for you, not for errands, not for work, not for helping others, just for you. Maybe it's an hour on Sunday morning. Maybe it's 30 minutes every evening after the kids go to bed. Whatever it is, guard that time fiercely. Tell people you're unavailable during that time. And don't feel guilty about it. Because when you take care of yourself, you become a better version of yourself. You have more energy, more patience, more love. And ironically, you become better able to serve the people who matter most. But only if you stop draining yourself dry first. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Because a woman who is always available for everyone else becomes unavailable for herself. And that is not a life. That is a slow vanishing. Thing number 5, stop ignoring red flags to keep the peace. Now we come to something that is especially important for soft women. Ignoring red flags to keep the peace. Let me explain what I mean. A red flag is a warning sign. It's something that tells you, pay attention, something isn't right here. Red flags show up in relationships, friendships, work situations, even family dynamics. And here's what soft women often do with red flags. They see them. They feel them. Their gut knows something is wrong. But instead of addressing the red flag, they talk themselves out of it. They say things like, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe they didn't mean it that way. Maybe if I just try harder, it will get better. And so they sweep the red flag under the rug. They smile. They keep the peace. They move on. But here's the problem. Red flags don't disappear just because you ignore them. They grow. What starts as a small disrespect becomes a pattern of disrespect. What starts as a tiny boundary violation becomes a complete erosion of your boundaries. What starts as a feeling of unease becomes a feeling of being trapped in a situation you can't escape. And by the time you finally admit there's a problem, so much damage has been done to your confidence, to your peace, to your sense of self. Let me share something with you. I believe that your intuition is a gift. That quiet voice inside you that says, something doesn't feel right. That's not anxiety. That's not overthinking. That's wisdom. And soft women often have very strong intuition, but they've been trained to ignore it. They've been told that being a good woman means being agreeable. Keeping the peace, not making waves, not creating conflict. And so they silence their own inner, knowing to make others comfortable. But here's what I want you to understand. Keeping the peace at the cost of your inner peace is not peace at all. It's self-betrayal. And every time you betray yourself to make someone else comfortable, you chip away at your own foundation. So what should you do instead? First, start trusting your gut. If something feels wrong, it probably is. You don't need proof. You don't need permission. You don't need to justify your feeling. You just need to pay attention to it. Second, don't rush to excuse bad behavior. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. I'll say that again because it's so important. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Don't make excuses. Don't write stories in your head about why they did what they did. Just observe and take note. Third, address red flags early. The sooner you address a problem, the easier it is to resolve. A calm, Clear conversation at the beginning can prevent years of pain down the road. And here's the beautiful thing about addressing red flags. It actually shows you who someone really is. When you express a concern, watch how they respond. Do they listen? Do they apologize? Do they try to understand? Or do they dismiss you, blame you, make you feel crazy for even bringing it up? Their response tells you everything you need to know. A person who respects you will welcome your honesty. A person who doesn't respect you will punish you for it. And once you know that, you can make informed decisions about who deserves space in your life. So stop ignoring the red flags. Your intuition is trying to protect you. Let it. Stop putting everyone else first. Always, the sixth thing soft women must stop doing is constantly putting everyone else first. Now, I want to be careful here, because putting others first is not always a bad thing. In fact, it can be one of the most beautiful expressions of love. When you care for your children, you put their needs first. When you support your partner through a hard time, you put their needs first. When you help a friend in crisis, you put their needs first. This is not the problem. The problem is when putting others first becomes a permanent way of life. When there is never a time when you come first. When your needs are always at the bottom of the list. When everyone around you is fed, supported, and cared for, but you are starving. This is what I want to talk about. Because so many soft women live this way for years. They give and give and give. And they never stop to ask themselves, who is giving to me? Who is pouring into my cup? Who is making sure that I am okay? And too often, the answer is no one. Because they've trained everyone around them not to worry about them. They've been so capable, so selfless, so uncomplaining, that people assume they don't need anything. But you do need things. You need rest. You need appreciation. You need support. You need to feel like you matter, not just for what you do, but for who you are. Let me tell you about a woman I'll call Sandra. Sandra is 44. She's a single mother of 3. She works 2 jobs. She never misses her kids' events. She handles everything. And everyone says, Sandra is so strong. Sandra can handle anything. But what they don't see is Sandra crying in the car before she walks into the house. They don't see Sandra too exhausted to eat dinner. They don't see Sandra forgetting what it feels like to be taken care of. Because Sandra has made herself invisible. She's become a function instead of a person. And here's the hardest truth of all. Sandra didn't just fall into this role, she created it. Not on purpose. Not because she wanted to suffer. But because she never learned that it was okay to ask for help. She never learned that it was okay to put herself first sometimes. She never learned that self-care isn't selfish. And so she kept giving until there was almost nothing left. I don't want that for you. So here's what I want you to do. Start putting yourself on your own list. Not at the bottom, but somewhere near the top. Ask yourself each day, what do I need today? And then try to give yourself at least one of those things. Maybe it's 10 minutes of quiet. Maybe it's a meal you actually sit down and enjoy. Maybe it's saying no to something so you have energy for something you actually want to do. Also, let people help you. I know this is hard for soft women. We want to be the helpers, not the helped. But receiving is not weakness. Receiving is trust. It's allowing others to be there for you the way you're there for them. It's giving them the gift of being needed. So stop being a martyr. Stop wearing exhaustion as a badge of honor. Stop treating yourself like an afterthought. You matter. Your needs matter. Your well-being matters. And the women who understand this are the ones who can sustain their softness for a lifetime. Because they're not running on empty. They're running on a full, nourished heart. Thing number 7, stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. And now we come to the 7th and final thing. This might be the most important one of all. Stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. What do I mean by shrinking? I mean making yourself smaller, quieter, less visible, less you, so that someone else doesn't feel threatened, so that someone else doesn't feel insecure, so that you don't stand out too much, so that you don't intimidate anyone with your light. Soft women do this all the time. They dim their intelligence in conversation so they don't seem like a know-it-all. They downplay their success so they don't make others feel bad. They hide their beauty, their talents, their dreams because they don't want to be too much. But here's what I need you to understand. You were not born to be small. You were not put on this earth to make yourself invisible so that others can feel better about themselves. You were put here to shine, to be fully, unapologetically yourself, to offer your gift to the world without apology. And when you shrink, everyone loses. You lose because you're not living your truth. And the world loses because it doesn't get to experience the full expression of who you are. Let me tell you about a woman I'll call Amara. Amara is 38. She's brilliant, creative, magnetic. But for years, she hid it. At work, she let others take credit for her ideas. In relationships, she dated men who couldn't handle her success, so she pretended to be less than she was. With friends, she toned herself down so she wouldn't outshine anyone. And what did this cost her? It cost her promotions she deserved. It cost her relationships that could have been deep and meaningful. It cost her years of living a half-life. One day, Amara realized something. She realized that the right people, the ones who truly loved and respected her, would never ask her to shrink. The right people would celebrate her light. They would stand beside her, not feel threatened by her. They would be proud of who she was. And anyone who couldn't handle her at her fullest wasn't her person anyway. So Amara stopped shrinking. She started speaking up in meetings. She started setting standards in her relationships. She started showing up as the full, radiant woman she always was. And yes, some people fell away. Some people couldn't handle it. But the ones who stayed, the ones who gathered around her, they were her true tribe. And her life became richer, deeper, and more aligned with who she was meant to be. This is what I want for you. So here's what you can do. First, pay attention to the moments when you shrink. When do you quiet your voice? When do you hold back your opinion? When do you make yourself less visible than you really are? Notice these moments. Get curious about them. And start choosing differently. Second, remind yourself that your light is not the problem. If someone is uncomfortable with your success, your beauty, your intelligence, your presence, that is their work to do. Not yours. You are not responsible for managing other people's insecurities. You are responsible for being fully you. Third, surround yourself with people who celebrate you. People who are not threatened by your light. People who want to see you win. People who rise with you, not compete with you. These are your people. Find them. Treasure them. And let go of the ones who want you small. Because a high-value woman doesn't shrink. She expands. She takes up space. She honors her own presence. And in doing so, she gives other women permission to do the same. Now, before we close, I want to offer you a gentle mindset reframe. Because I know that many of these habits didn't come from nowhere. They were taught to you. Maybe you were taught that good women are always nice, always agreeable, always quiet. Maybe you were taught that having needs is selfish, that putting yourself first is wrong, that keeping the peace at any cost is your job. Maybe you watched your mother do this, or your grandmother, or every woman in your family, and so you learned to do it too. I want you to know that I understand. These patterns are deep. They're not your fault. But here's what I also want you to know. Just because something was taught to you doesn't mean it's true. And just because you've done something your whole life doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. You get to choose differently. Starting today, you get to decide that your softness and yourself, respect can exist together. that you can be kind and have boundaries, that you can be loving and still say no, that you can be a gentle woman with a fierce commitment to her own well-being. This is not selfish. This is wise. This is what it means to truly value yourself. And when you value yourself, everything changes. Your relationships change. Your energy changes. Your whole life changes. Because you start attracting people who see your worth. People who don't want to take from you. People who want to give to you as much as you give to them. This is what respect really looks like. Not fear, not control, not forcing people to treat you well, but attracting respect naturally because of who you are and how you carry yourself. And it all starts with you, with the choices you make every day, with the boundaries you set, with the way you speak to yourself, with the way you show the world how you expect to be treated. So I invite you to release the old beliefs, to thank them for trying to protect you, and then to let them go. And in their place, adopt a new truth. A truth that says, I am worthy of respect. I am allowed to have needs. I am allowed to take up space. I am allowed to be soft and still be powerful. My kindness is not weakness. My boundaries are not selfishness. My light is not too bright. I am exactly who I was created to be. And I will no longer apologize for it. Let that be your new foundation. Let that be the ground you stand on. And watch how your life begins to transform. So let's take a moment to remember what we talked about today. 7 things that soft women must stop doing if they want real respect. Number 1, stop apologizing for having needs. Your needs are valid. Your needs are important. Express them without shame. Number 2, stop over-explaining yourself. Your decisions are your own. You don't need to justify them with long explanations. Speak simply and trust your own words. Number 3, stop accepting treatment that doesn't match your worth. You deserve to be seen, heard, and valued. Don't settle for emotional crumbs when you deserve the whole meal. Number 4, stop being available all the time. Your time is precious. Protect it. Make space for yourself. A woman who pours from an empty cup has nothing left to give. Number 5, stop ignoring red flags to keep the peace. Your intuition is a gift. Listen to it. Address problems early. Don't sacrifice your inner peace for false harmony. Number 6, stop putting everyone else first, always. You matter too. You belong on your own list. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's essential. And number 7, stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You were born to shine. Don't dim your light for anyone. The right people will celebrate you, not compete with you. These 7 shifts are not about becoming hard. They're about becoming whole. They're about pairing your beautiful softness with the quiet power of self. Respect. And here's what I want you to remember as you go about your day. It's not too late. It doesn't matter how long you've been living these patterns. It doesn't matter how many years you spent putting yourself last. Every moment is a chance to begin again. Every day is an opportunity to choose differently. You have so much wisdom inside you. You have so much strength. You have survived things that would have broken others. And you're still here. Still soft. Still kind. Still open. That is not weakness. That is remarkable resilience. So don't let anyone convince you that your softness is a flaw. It's your superpower, but only when it's protected. Only when it's paired with boundaries and self-worth. Only when you know, in your bones, that you deserve every bit of love and respect that you give to others. And you do deserve it. Every single bit of it. So walk forward with your head held high. Walk forward knowing that you are valuable. Walk forward knowing that the right people will recognize your worth. And if they don't, then they're not your people. Your people are out there. They're waiting for you. And when you show up fully, soft and strong, kind and boundaried, gentle and powerful, they will see you. And they will honor you. Because that's what happens when a woman finally learns to honor herself. The whole world takes notice. And the whole world rises to meet her. If this message spoke to your heart today, I would be so grateful if you would share it with another woman who needs to hear it. Because there are so many soft women out there who are quietly struggling, who are giving everything and receiving so little, who have forgotten that they deserve respect too. And maybe your share could be the thing that reminds them. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to hit that like button. It helps this message reach more women who need it. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe and become part of this community. This is a space for women who want to grow. Women who want to rise. Women who believe that softness and strength can exist in the same heart. Before you go, I have a question for you. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 things touched you the most today? Which one felt like it was speaking directly to your situation? I read every comment, and I would love to hear from you, because your story matters. Your voice matters. And in this space, you will always be seen. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for trusting me with your attention. And thank you for being the kind of woman who wants to grow. That takes courage, and I honor you for it. Until next time, you are worthy. You are powerful. You are enough. Exactly as you are. Take care of yourself, beautiful woman, and I'll see you in the next video.